Sorry. All right, there we go. Sorry, let me start over. My name is Adam. They call me Shug. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. And there we go. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? There we go. I had to, no technical issue. I just have to turn off the mute button. So anyways, as I said, welcome. And let's do this. My name's Adam. They call me Shug. This is the True Trading Group live stream. True Trading Group is the fastest growing, highest rated online educational community with one singular focus, guys, and that's to learn, trade, and profit together and correctly. With me tonight, I have Jason Spatafora.
I'm dying. It's like listening to you not talk.
I know.
Hey, everybody.
All right, and then we also have with us tonight Jason, two Jasons for the price of one. Jason, the Professor Simmons is with us tonight, guys.
Heyo.
All right. For those of you that are not familiar with the Wolf or with the Professor, Jason Simmons, the gentleman on the bottom of your screen, is probably one of the most brilliant chartists I've ever seen. And Jason Spatafora, who, ironically enough, the Wolf, who's right, where is it, right here? Yes. He is the authority on pot stocks and the cannabis space. Also a bit of an idiot savant when it comes to trading options. So you guys are in for a good treat tonight. So here's how tonight's going to go, guys. Obviously, Mike is not here this evening. But he is with us in spirit. He's also with me on Telegram at the same time right now. What we're going to do tonight is, in the spirit of all the debates and everything else that have been going on, I'm kind of going to go through and moderate this tonight. I have a series of topics I'm going to go ahead and ask each one of our pro trader moderators, Jason Simmons and the Wolf. And we're going to get into that. They're going to get into topics such as the SPY and futures, gold separating from the SPY. They're going to get into all the big pharma earnings tomorrow, how that affects, how that's going to affect the market, so on and so forth. But before we do, guys, I want to go ahead and open this up the same way we always do, same way Mike would, with a blanket Q&A question. So where's Mike? Where's Mike? I see all the question. Mike is sick. He's a little bit under the weather, but show must go on. And that's the cool thing about True Trading Group, right? Is that, whereas Mike is the face and Mike is the person that everyone usually sees first, this is not Watch Mike Trade. This is True Trading Group. There are many, many really good traders in chat and within our program. Lots of our traders have helped write our curriculum. And yeah, it's not, Mike is my business partner. He's the co-creator and co-founder of True Trading Group. And he is amazing, hell of a trader. But there's a lot more to True Trading Group than just Mike. And so when he is under the weather, this does not just evaporate, right? Thank God. Here we go. So we're going to start this off the way we always do with a blanket Q&A session, give people a chance to log on. So let's do it, guys. Hit the questions. They're going to be fed to me, and I'm going to relay them to the Wolf and to Simmons.
Shoot.
And I am going to turn off my camera for this so that you guys can hear my voice but not see my face, so they can be side by side.
I feel like I need sunglasses.
No, they can't hear me. All right, let's do it. Blanket Q&A, guys. Fire away. Let's do it.
What do we think? Adam, you get to pick. Dealer's choice.
I know. I'm waiting for Joe to feed it to me. All right, so this question is, I don't know who it was addressed to, but Jason, why don't you go ahead, Simmons, why don't you go ahead and take this one? What do you think about the earnings of Microsoft tomorrow?
So I have Microsoft actually charts up right here. If the market keeps on falling, guys, you can look at Microsoft here, guys. Look how the accumulation is curling down. Instead of holding this 50-day moving average, we dipped down here. Now we had a little bit of a gap up here, and we broke down below the gap. So if the market keeps on falling, guys, we don't get a stimulus bill. Even if the company has good earnings, is it going to have relative strength to push up? I don't think so. Now, if all of a sudden we get a stimulus bill, then we need to hold that 50-day and push up towards 220. We don't get a stimulus bill, then we fall down towards 205.
Huh. Yeah. So I'll add to that. Last earnings, Microsoft beat. They didn't beat by a little. I think they beat by like 1.2 billion, and they got beat up a little. They didn't drop much. They dropped like 5%. So maybe I forget when the last earnings are. I want to say August or July, something like that.
I have it right here. It's right here. They opened up and then dropped down.
What did the accumulation line, what was it doing before that last earnings when it was right around 210, I believe?
It was going up.
Okay. It's a crazy world. So maybe, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Tech earnings this week, and we were going to get into it yesterday. We're definitely going to be a big focus this week. And we were talking about Apple.
AMD's tomorrow as well.
AMD.
Look at that accumulation line.
Yeah, look, we might as well, because we can't look at these in a vacuum. That's important for you guys to understand. You can't look at any stock as like, oh, it's trading on its own island. It's going to be affected by everything going on in the market and in the sector that it's operating in. These things have been running hot, so AMD looks just kind of going sideways.
The AMD was able to hold its 50-day moving average today, though, but the rest of the market could not, which was strong. AMD needs to break up over 86, support down at 78. But once we said, the accumulation line just keeps on going down here. You guys will see when you pull up the pharma that they're going the opposite way.
All right. Let's move on to our next question. This one is definitely going to be for the Wolf. So I'm going to put him up on screen.
Clothing optional.
Did you really do an summer internship at Enron there, Wolfie?
No, I didn't.
All right, guys. So here it is. This is from Dwayne Cosby. How low should we wait to buy Cureleaf?
How long?
Well, yeah, no, not how long. How low should we wait? Like, I guess he's asking, how low does it need to be? Do you want Simmons to pull up a chart for it or no?
Simmons could pull up a chart, but it's going to be irrelevant to me.
All right,
I'm a buyer here. I'm a buyer if it drops to 7. Honestly, the strategy that I've had and the strategy that I basically force people in TTG to do is to create a buffer so that days like today, you're cheering for the stock to go lower. I added some Cureleaf today. I think 985 breaks. If I remember correctly, Simmons, then it's pretty much a blue sky to 12 or something. Cureleaf is probably going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of whatever happens on election day with ballot initiatives in Arizona and New Jersey for adult use. Adult use is a cute way of saying recreational marijuana. New Jersey is a state that Cureleaf already operates in, and Arizona is a place where they're already planting flags. It's a big difference from the MSOs. Those are multi-state operators like Cureleaf, Trulieve, Green Thumb, and the companies in Canada like Canopy, Kronos, Aphria, Aurora. Whereas marijuana sales in the United States are literally growing every week. And that's not, I'm not pontificating saying like, oh, I think that they're growing every week. No, The data is literally saying, state by state, we are selling more cannabis every single week. So, you could wait, but, I tend to, I'll buy it and trade it to create that average that I want. Next question.
All right, let's move on to the next question here. This is from Richie Scalia, and this is to Jason Simmons. All right, I think we're going to go to the charts on this one, Jason. So he says, Professor, small caps like DSS closed up after hours at $6.99 a share. Do you think we get some follow through tomorrow, even though the market in general is falling? You want to go to the chart?
I got it. Yep.
All right, pulling the chart up. Let's do it.
So first of all, you guys have to remember, and we go over this every single morning in TTG, guys, what's not affected by the overall markets for all my sniper trading robots? What's not affected? What can still go even when the market's falling? Small caps. So definitely DSS was able to hold this 50-day moving average today. Okay, it was acting as resistance for this stock, right? And how many days do stocks normally like to move for? 3. So we definitely can get continuation here. We also saw WWR gave us a reversal sign, accumulation curling up, and this gapped up after hours as well. So we definitely could get a wake up in the small cap markets while the big boards try to settle and find support.
All right, and let's bring it back. And let's see, what do we got next? Next up, this is definitely going to be for Wolfie. That was really good timing too on the thing. Yeah, that was good. All right, so Steven Johnson says, do you think that Roku dropped out of its channel it's been in for 2 weeks today?
Well, let's pull up Roku. Let me just take a quick look at it. No, it hasn't dropped out of its channel. I think that it broke out of its channel when it went into the 230s. I think that was the breakout of the channel. Honestly, I don't think Roku should be at 218. I'm not going to say anything about it. I think right now its channel is, I'd probably, I wouldn't be afraid of 220 calls for tomorrow, which maybe sounds a little bit aggressive, but I also know that Roku is one of the rare tech stocks that really likes to be independent of what's going on in the market. I think of it as like something that trades on its own island, but the island is close enough to the mainland where it can see what's going on. QQQ took a little bit of a hit. Roku took a little bit of a hit, but I think its channel is like 215 to 219, and then you're looking at a new channel. So I would just stress this. Trading Roku up here for options, a call or put is dangerous. This is one where you definitely need a strategy. My strategy for being in this would be out by the end of the day, no matter what. And I got into a put. I got into 230 puts when it was 233 the other day, or last week or 2 weeks ago. And I took some profit. I took a little bit of a loss on the backside of it. And I was like, look, I really want to stay in this. I think it's going to fail, but I'm not going to risk it. And that thing went all the way down to 218. So do I feel bad about it? No, because having a strategy is going to save me more often than me crying about money I could have made. Next question.
Yes, sir. All right. So this next one I'm gonna kind of leave out there to both of you guys. All right. So let's leave this out here to both of you guys. Let's do so make it like that. Jason, Simmons, go ahead and pull up AMD. And we know that AMD is one of Mike's favorite long-term stocks in his portfolio. He's a big fan. This question is from JT Trader 638. Would AMD be good in a long-term portfolio? Either one of you, step in.
Oh, okay. I've owned it. I owned it at 27 in 2018. I sold it at 35. I will never own it again. That doesn't mean I don't think it should be in a long-term portfolio. I'm more just biased for selling it. So I just have seller's remorse. I do think it's a good company, especially for some of the chip makers. If you believe that this thing could be an NVIDIA, then yeah, for sure, it's a buy for long term. But NVIDIA is also just an absolute monster out there. And I think that there might be a little bit more meat on the bone for AMD personally.
Simmons, do me a favor. Give me a 5-minute breakdown of this chart. Just like not time, just your time wise. Like, just give me a quick breakdown of the AMD chart.
Well, this is it's up here. Here's all-time highs here. So one thing I want you guys to remember that we preach in TTG is you have to remember the kind of trade that you're getting into, right? So if you're getting in for a long-term trade, you cannot look at that stock every single day or it's going to kill you. Okay, if you're going to go long-term, you got to think that you're not going to look at this for 2 to 5 to 10 years. So does it really matter if it bounces between 75 and 80 if you get in? No, but I would be looking for an entry. You can see that it found a bottom here around 73, 75. It's also this gap. Here's prior earnings. So, anything down here in the 70, below 75 would be a steal. And then, you'd be looking for a push up here to test the highs of 94, 42, and then be looking at that $100 area. But that's if you're looking at for a short-term swing trade. I mean, but once again, if you're looking for long-term, then you really just want to pick a price and then look at it and then not look at it again.
Yeah, it really all depends on your time horizon. One of the things you can do if you're not sure about whether or not to enter something like this is, look, it's not like you're not going to be in the market trying to make money, trying to be profitable on other trades. What you could do, give it a month or 2 weeks, it doesn't matter. Maybe you have a big score trading Roku. One of the things that I'll do is I'll buy stocks that I don't necessarily want to really put my own money in, but I'll roll profit into them. One of the things that you could do here is, hey, I made some profit on Roku. Say I made $700. All right, I go and I buy 10 shares of AMD. Or you could have a position where you let's say for argument's sake, you wanted 100 shares of AMD. You take 100 shares of AMD, and then 80% of that becomes your core position. 20%, which would be 20 shares, would be something that you trade. So on these days where where AMD makes a big move, call it $3, $5, whatever, you sell that 20, it comes down, you reload it, and then maybe you try and pick up a few extra shares, and then you just keep that. You hold that core and you trade that core, and what that's going to do is give you space so that you don't care so much if the stock drops $1, you're actually looking forward to it. Again, this is something that I do with pop stocks, but something to think about for the long term.
Another thing that we preach at TTG is buy in tiers. So you don't want to go spend all of your money at one shot. So you want to start off with a starter position and then add to it, because this chart looks really gnarly right now.
Yeah, right. You're gonna make your money on your entry, not on your exit. Think of it that way.
All right, good stuff, guys. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next question. All right, so our next question mentions the election again, guys. Please during these live streams refrain from anything political. Keep your political opinions to yourself. We don't care. Everyone's here to make money, not discuss politics. Take that crap over to Facebook and Twitter. They're more than welcome to host it for you. But the next question comes from Saeed Fahad, and he asks, what's your take on the market during the run to the election? Thanks, team. All right, so without further ado, let's start with Wolf. Let's get the worst over with, like a Band-Aid. Go ahead, Wolf.
Hey, let's talk politics. I'm just kidding, Adam.
Well,
Adam just went like this. He's like, why this question? Look, I saw a poll the other day, or I saw it somewhere, I think it was on CNBC, that they had been asking fund managers, where their heads are at is in terms of, a winner. It seems that we're pricing in, or the market seems to be pricing in a winner already. Whether or not they price in, who takes the Senate, I mean, that's just kind of a coin toss. But going into it, regardless, okay, we are probably most likely, I think there's like a 20% chance that we know the winner on November 3rd. Just with everything with mail-in ballots and then counting and then, everything going on. It's most likely looking that we won't know till Friday. In which case, I think that there could be chop. I think that, UVXY trade is probably going to be in play, or VXX, but I don't really look at it as, hey, the sky is falling, whether or not Trump wins or Biden wins. I think that the market's pretty much made up its mind. And it's basically, it's taking the approach of the glass is half full, no matter what. They're like, okay, well, the Dems come in, we're definitely going to get some stimulus. If Trump wins, we're going to keep our tax cuts, something like that. So, where I think it's going to be consequential is in different niches of the market, different sectors, okay? And yes, I think that you do have to kind of plan accordingly for the likelihood or improbability of something happening that you don't want. So I think tech is going to be at play. I think infrastructure is going to be at play. I think a shutdown is going to be at play. I think that there's a lot of things in play. So, what you should do is basically have a checklist or read, something on John Nash's economic equilibrium and become a little bit familiar with game theory and start putting together like your own little game theory matrix of like, it's like market bingo, like what could possibly happen. A strategy that I've been just kind of adopting is to just not be in some of those areas where I think there's going to be some trouble or some volatility or just uncertainty. But I think maybe we start to see a little bit of an unwind, and I think that we're already seeing a little bit of that unwind of some of those high flying sectors, namely tech.
All right. Thank you very much. No, that was good. That was really good. I got to tell you, I'm insanely proud of you for answering that question the way that you just did.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Guys,
I made Adam a promise like 2 months ago that I would not tweet about politics directly to anybody till after the election. And
Jason, I sincerely appreciate that. All right, guys, check it out. So I'm seeing a lot of questions for the SPY. I'm sure you guys are anxious for us to break down the SPY. Trust me, this is coming. Later on in this live stream, we're going to go ahead and break down the SPY and several other topics as well. But guys, do me a quick favor right now. If you're liking what you're seeing, if you guys are enjoying this live stream, if you appreciate this live stream, we're going to keep going with a little, with some more one-on-one, with some more Q&A for a minute. But guys, go ahead. There's 720 people on here and 135 likes. Those numbers don't really balance out. Why don't you go ahead and smash that like button right now?
Smash that like button.
Smash the like button, guys. Do us a favor. Smash the like button. It helps us out. Lets us know you appreciate it. Takes 2 seconds of your time. Smash that like button, please. All right. Ready? Boom. Jason, do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Adam, some of these comments are hilarious.
I know. I'm trying to read it and keep up with everything at the same time. There you go. 226, guys. 226. Can we get to 300 before we keep going? Can we get to 300? 242. I don't know. You guys just want to hang out until we get to 300? It's only like a handful more. The Wolf of Weed Street, Jason's metaphor. Adam is not my boss. Whatever helps you sleep at night, bro. Let's go, guys. 39. That's it. 39 more. Let's go.
I'm not gonna take this off until we get to 300.
Bro, 277, 283. We're almost there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Heyo.
We could go to sleep. I mean, I like sleep.
I'll just eat
7 more. Who's got it? Come on, 7 more. 7 more. Boom. 300. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you. 304. Excellent. All right, let's get back into the Q&A as promised.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so this is an options question from Anthony Garcia. What do you guys think about an earnings play on ACAD November 6th, buying a butterfly at 45, 50, and 55?
ACAD. Arcadia Pharmaceutical Inc. Butterfly, huh? Honestly, I would just stick with either straight puts or straight calls. I mean, it's really hard to ask a question like that, especially, as it relates to biotech, because I don't know anything about what they do, what's in their drug pipeline. So, if I'm just basically looking at this cold, okay, like coming into it, I'm like, oh, okay, Acadia is, $44, $44.75 right now, and let's say I'm getting 46 or 47.50 or $45 calls or puts or whatever. I would probably just do a strangle on earnings. Okay. Now I've never looked at it, but let's just say that it has a tendency to swing $10 in each direction on earnings. I think that would probably be the easiest way to go instead of going with a butterfly. All right. But again, I don't know anything on that thing.
All right. Well, let's move on here. Jason Simmons, the professor, go ahead and pull up UPS for me, would you? All right. And Eduardo Cavazos, Cavazos. I'm sorry if I butcher some of your names. It is late. But Eduardo Cavazos asks, what are your thoughts on UPS? Break it down for us, Jason.
So UPS has been up here, channeling up here at highs. Let's go to the left. All right. Yep. It's been consolidating up here at all-time highs. You can see that bounce off this gap here. So we really like it to hold this gap area, but it does have support. Light selling. We're not getting. If it doesn't hold the 50, the market continues to fall. It could fall down to this. Here. It was strong that was able to hold this gap But if it breaks below this gap, guys, you know, stocks like to trade in channels, probably drop down to test the 50-day or below.
Jason Simmons, I think your mic's breaking up a bit.
Yeah, you unmuted me.
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
I think if you're going to look at UPS, you also have to look at FedEx. They're both in the same situation. This is going to be, I think that this is an area where there's probably room for growth, but similar to AMD, you know, you're catching this thing at an all-time high or right there. Okay. I think that AMD or UPS and FedEx are definitely going to be beneficiaries of everything kind of opening up, especially a backlog of shipping. So, you know, maybe you factor that in, but that doesn't mean that out of the gates, I would just come and just buy this thing at an all-time high, right? So, you know, you have to kind of just take the approach of either coming in tiers, like Jason said, or, you know, just rolling profit in it for the long term. I mean, really, your time horizon is when you're buying stuff at an all-time high, your time horizon literally has to be years. There's not a day trade or a swing trade here that I would make. If you gave me $100,000 and you were like, hey, do you want to swing this or something else? I'm going to be like, this thing wouldn't crack my top 100. That doesn't mean that it's not a good company to own in your long-term portfolio. But it's probably one that I'd wait a little bit to get into, or roll profit from other trades into it, so I've got no risk.
All right, let's move on. Jason Simmons. From now on, I'm just going to say Wolf and the Professor.
Probably the easiest way.
Yeah, it really is the easiest way. Okay. All right, so Professor, go ahead and pull up Apple for me. All right, and this next question comes from Walker Hayes, and he says, when should I buy Apple? Simmons, go ahead. Break it down for us.
This is just like Wolf was just talking about. It's with all these stocks, guys. So people is asking me, should they buy Apple when we had before the split or after the split? So I want you guys to notice this is the chalk and money flow line, which is also a fancy word for the accumulation distribution line. When it's going down, that means the money is flowing out of the stock, right? So we're looking at Apple. Everybody wanted to jump in. Let's say you jumped in here. Stock's trading sideways. Accumulation's going down. That is bearish divergence, okay? Trade line curling down, acting as the trend line. You can see that what happened here. So we're going back to the same scenario here. So trade line curling down after it was in an uptrend. 50-day was acting as support. Now it's acting as resistance. So if you're looking at to get in this, once again, I would use tier trading where I would buy a tier. But guys, let this find support. Like, let all of this chaos happen and then be looking at this. I mean, guys, you could be looking at 109 or 104 Apple. Up here.
Okay.
To tell you to buy. Right now, the chart's not screaming buy.
All right, cool. All right, moving on to the next question here. Let's see. All right, this one's for Wolf. Wolf, Bella TV, which could be a member, could also be an OnlyFans page, but we're not giving out links here. Asks, what about options on CGC this week? Go ahead.
I mean, look, I'm in these options right now. I look to possibly trade the stock on Friday. I think I got into $20 calls. You know, usually I give myself a little bit more time, but my feeling going into today was, you know, barring today, that we were going to have a run up heading into the election with pot stocks. Now, from last week, Canopy went from 20 to we got into puts I think 2 weeks ago at 20 down to 1950. It went all the way down to 1750. Then the following day it's back up at 1950. Then the following day it's back at 20, and then it's just been going like this. It's just a yo-yo right now. So with the options, I took a small position in it, not playing with anything crazy, but Canopy was down, I believe, about 5%, 6% today. It can easily be one of those things where it goes up right back to 20, just with the nature of everything going on and just, general pot stock FOMO. Now, does that mean throw all caution out the window and, not stick to your own personal strategy and, your stops because, you need those types of rules. I mean, they're there for a reason. And my risk and my rules are going to be different from your rules. I'm still in the trade of $20 calls, and they got beaten up today. Yeah, I mean, as far as like cannabis generally, I mean, I think it looks really good. And I stick to the idea that the companies in Canada are nothing more than trades right now. Okay, that's, Canopy, Tilray, Chronos, Aurora. I mean, I wouldn't even touch Aurora, but that's I could do a whole stream on that. So there's your answer.
All right. Going on to the next question. Ikmal Daniel, sorry if I butchered that, asks, what do you both think of Jinko Solar?
JKS.
Yep.
This is look. This thing is a high flyer. We traded this last week. Actually, Mike went short on this. Solar. This stock in particular has become a little bit of a cult stock, as you can imagine, since it was $40 a month ago. Just a kind of insane move. But, it's not so much of what do I think of this particular stock. What I think you guys need to focus on is, all right, you already know that this thing has moved, right? Now, you also know that there are a lot of bag holders in this, which is going to create fatigue. So if you're going long this, you're fighting everybody that's holding bags up there, okay? Somebody was on the other end of that trade, and let's say you're the bag holder. Those people were selling you grenades or bricks, however you want to look at it. The calculus has to change for you when you start, and this goes back to the election, the idea of election trades. One of the things that I think we've been seeing is renewable energy companies as well as infrastructure companies kind of pricing in one side winning. Okay, I'm not going to get into which side that is, but I'm pretty sure that you guys can use deductive reasoning and figure it out. So look for a different solar trade. Look for another renewable energy trade. Look for the thing that hasn't moved yet. That makes sense. Like, actually take a night or a couple hours and do some homework. Find that company. Don't buy the company that everybody's like, oh, your buddy's like, you need to buy this company I'm killing it on. Because guess what? He's essentially selling you his stock. All right. Look at it like that. I mean, I've got no real opinion on this company other than solar companies are going to be a dime a dozen shortly. I'd look for something cheaper.
All right. Thank you very much. Guys, just want to give you a quick reminder. Look, we love you all. We love the participation. We're all adults, with the exception of somebody who said they were 14 in here. So shout out to you guys, to that person for trying to get involved in stocks so early. But it is really, really important that, one, Wolf stops eating because the noise is driving me nuts. Just saying. Right. Two, that we don't talk about politics here. Right now we're concerned with making money, with having that common focus. Like I said, Nobody gives a crap if you put Trump or Biden or Trump 2020 or Biden 2020 or Kanye West 2020 in here. Nobody cares. Take that crap over to Facebook, over to Twitter. They will gladly love to hear your opinions there. We do not care. All right? So people that mention politics in here or try and slip in a whatever, we're going to go ahead and boot you from this live stream. All right? This is not the place for it. All right? We're all here to try and make money. We're all here to learn, trade, and profit together. And that's what we're going to do. All right? So let's move on.
Yeah, don't embarrass yourself because that Adam has to do a 2-minute infomercial of why you're going to get booted for bringing up a candidate that you support. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm blushing. You guys can't even see it.
Right. All right. Well, thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. All right, moving on. So this one is for Wolferino. Okay. So Casey Hope. Could all use a little bit of that hope right now, Casey. Wolf, do you think the small pullback in pot stocks today was following the market or to do with election uncertainty, or maybe both perhaps? Wolf, you have 2 minutes on the clock, uninterrupted.
I will only need about 10 seconds, but I just wanted to bask in this. This is just kind of a market pullback. These things have run pretty hot the last 2 weeks. We got into a position, for example, at Harvest, which in the last 2 weeks has run 95%. A lot of the other ones have run 20, 30%, some a little bit more, some a little bit less. Now, that doesn't mean that they aren't, they didn't need a cool down. They, in fact, did need to cool down. This thing just kind of, what happened today was just kind of a little bit of a push in that direction. And if you saw, Green Thumb went all the way down to 1565 and then popped right back up to 1620. So no, I mean, I don't think it's uncertainty in the market. As I said before, these companies are still producing. People are still smoking weed at alarming rates every week. And these companies are actually profitable and with high margins and high growth rates, operating in a country where they can't even write off the deduction, so they have to be fiscally responsible. So no, I don't think it's uncertainty. New Jersey is a shoo-in for recreational. Arizona most likely is as well because they just missed it in 2016. And those are really the only things that matter. So yeah, there's your answer.
All right, excellent. All right, this is a good question, guys. I mean, they're all good questions, right? But this one in particular is pretty good. This one comes from Bismarck Ordonez. Says, I'm a beginner in this, right? And I assume what they mean is I'm a beginner in this means I'm a beginner in trading. What should I learn first? Should I learn to day trade stocks or trade options? And then he said, please answer my question. That really clinched it for us.
Okay.
So we're here. And I'll, you know what? I'm going to do the impossible right now and take first stab at this. Okay?
By all means.
But you guys jump in. No,
I want to hear what you have to say. Please go.
Okay. So, guys, check this out. Bismarck, all right? If you're a true beginner in this, what should you learn first? First thing you need, man, is you need a true education, all right? You need an absolute true education. You would not sit down with the world's best poker players and try and compete with your hard-earned money. And that's what you're doing when you're trading, man. You're competing against guys like the Professor and Wolf of Weed Street and Michael Edwards, guys that have been trading for the better part of their grown-up lives, guys that are looking to take your money and profit off of that money in the open market. It is extremely important that you get educated in what it is that you're doing so that you can minimize your loss and maximize your profit. Okay? As far as what you should learn first, you should definitely learn the basics of trading equities and stocks first. Options are great. options are a great way to turn a small account into a large account in a short period of time. It's also a great way to blow up your account too. There's a lot of risk involved, not just with options, but with stocks too. There's risk in all of it. So I would tell you that the first thing you need to realize is that there's no get-rich-quick scheme. There's no Lambos. There's no mansion BS, all that crap. There's just solid education and a solid group of people like we have at True Trading Group. And really, I would focus on market basics, understanding the language, understanding how to set up watch lists and basics of charting and all of those things. And I think that if you do that, a lot of things will just fall into place. That would be my suggestion for you, right? And that's what I would think. So, guys, what do you think?
Candlestick patterns have been around since rice trading, so I would start to look at the markets and learn how to read charts.
I'm gonna back you up there for a second. I'm gonna make this big. What are you talking about?
These candlestick patterns have been around since rice trading.
What is rice trading? What are you saying?
The trading of rice, like
actual rice, like what I get at Chipotle.
Yes, like actual rice trading.
Yes.
Like these candlesticks, that's how these got formed. That's why they have all the names like bullish Hamari and Doji and all these crazy names. So all the traders are looking for these same patterns and formations because, we're like computers. We've been looking at these for decades and years.
Is that long grain rice?
I don't know what kind of rice it was.
Is it basmati?
I don't know.
Is it brown?
Yeah, there it is. So that's the next thing that you guys would want to do. And then, yes, risk management. 100%. I'm shocked you didn't bring that up.
All right, cool.
It's huge.
All right, so Bismarck, I hope that answers your question.
I didn't even get to give you my thing.
Oh God, please go ahead.
Jesus.
No, do not take the Lord's name in vain on this live stream. I can't handle it.
Actually, I think that really, I think that you need to kind of understand, first map out what your strategy is. Like, what are you trading for? What are you investing for? I started out as an investor with a really simple idea, and you should have a simple idea. And my idea was, what's the world going to need in 10 years? And then that became the foundation and that became the start. And then everything else I built around it. The charting, the risk management, getting the education, understanding of, fundamentals, understanding of balance sheets. And, these are all things that you'll get, but you have to start with, you have to plant that seed somewhere in a different niche. Like Peter Lynch says, and Peter Lynch ran this fund called Magellan, which was one of the most successful funds out there. And he wrote a book. It was called Invest in What You Know. And a lot of you guys have a lot of skills out there that I don't have. I speak with people all the time that they work in the oil and gas industry. I speak with people that are CPAs, so they can read a balance sheet. They can see if a company has like issues with debt. The people in that are working in the energy industry. I'm like, you know so many different things that I don't know, or people in aviation, people that are, computer programming, whatever. I guarantee you are doing something right now, which gives you a head start or more knowledge than I can ever have in that industry. Start with that and then grow out that whole, that whole structure into different sectors and start from there and realize that you've got your whole entire life to trade. It really is a marathon, not a sprint. Wolf out.
All right, this is a really good question also, and I think it's not. We could take two more. So let's. I already got my last two questions here that I'm going to run with, and this is a good one. This first one. We'll put this up for. Here we go. So revolving Uki, I guess, says, wonder, do you guys think that the airlines are going to bounce back on the holidays or when a vaccine gets announced? What are your thoughts on that, guys? Go ahead.
I'll take this.
We just spoke for like 10 minutes. Simmons, do you have an opinion?
Go.
Yeah, but yes, I think the airlines will get a bounce back, but they lost so much money during this COVID. Guys, if you guys are jumping into airlines, once again, we've talked about this. It's going to be a 5-year plan. It's just like Wolf was talking about last night.
Oh, looks like I'm the only show in town right now. What Simmons was saying is, yeah, we talked about this a little bit last night. You know, even the airlines don't even think that they're going to be up and running like properly till at the minimum 2023. So you have to look at this as just a trade, not an investment. What I've been doing is rolling profit into some airlines that have the best balance sheets, airlines that don't depend solely on business travel to, pump their numbers up. So the one that I would not be looking at for any type of investment is American. That one is just a trade. That's the one. It's the most liquid, so it's the most tradable. I think, airlines will have their day in the sun. But even if a vaccine is announced tomorrow, that doesn't mean that everybody is going to be taking that vaccine tomorrow. That doesn't mean that we don't even have the infrastructure set up to get that vaccine out to everybody. And these are things that you really need to be aware of. Or you're going to get blown up in that trade because you're going to chase it, and I'm going to be trading it, and I'm going to be dumping my stock into you in your hope. Simple.
All right. Let's go to the last question here. All right. It says, Angel Torres says, this is a good one. What helps most with losses? Right. And I know everyone. Look, I'm going to go ahead and answer a little bit of this at the beginning, and then I'll give it to you guys. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, losing is, having losses is a part of trading, right? It is a part of it, just like anything else is a part of it, just like winning, just like breaking even, just, all of it. Losses happen and they will happen. And the important thing is to learn how to lose well, to learn how to take something from the loss, to apply it to your next piece of strategy, so that you learn how to lose less and less, and you control those losses. And that's a huge part of what Mike and the rest of the team teaches at True Trading Group, right? Like I could say, guys, go into chat, all the TTG members that are on this live stream right now. What would you say the number one thing at True Trading Group? What would you guys say the number one thing that we preach in True Trading Group when it comes to minimizing loss? Like one of the main topics, would it be risk management perhaps? Go ahead and sound off in chat. Yeah. Risk management, sticks to your stop loss, risk management, cut losses early, education, stop losses, risk management, game plan, all of it. Right? All of it. Know your risk level. So, exactly. Guys, one of the main things that we preach over at True Trading Group is risk management, including, knowing when to cut your losses, knowing how much size you're comfortable going in with. Look, taking a loss is not fun, right? But it is a part of this. So I think, once you accept that it is a part of this, and then you make a plan for how you will learn from it, I think that's the best way to ultimately deal with it, right? But we're all human beings and we all deal with emotion different. And that's why we have a trader psychology course and tons of webinars and workshops on risk management. because it is such a huge part of trading. Such a huge part of trading. Wolf, I know that you've had some experience with taking some L's in trading.
Yeah. It wasn't until I lost my first $100,000 that I made my first million. And I always tell people in TTG, like, I've done stupid shit with options so that you don't have to. Okay, like leave $100,000 bid and then forget that it's there on the SPY, and then come back after doing some yard work. And so, you know, look, the most important thing is understand where you went wrong. Okay, you know, like, we have a tendency as investors and trader to harp on the bad trades, right? But also, where we don't pay any attention to is the good trades, the things that actually worked. And I think that you need a keen understanding of both. That way you don't have more bad trades than good trades. You know, I think one of the things for a lot of you is you need guardrails, and we all need guardrails, because as traders, investors, and human beings, our whole methodology and human nature is to overreach, and to think that in this little simulation that's going on in our brains, that we can't lose, or that we won't lose, or this time will be different. So, you know, just kind of understanding that and being self-aware will keep you from repeating the same mistakes over and over again.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and that's and look, you know, that's the core of what it is that we teach and preach and push at True Trading Group. All right, so now that's going to conclude our Q&A for tonight, guys. We started. It's already 9:30. We started at 8:30 this evening, and man, like, we went for just an hour of Q&A. Guys, sound off in chat. What did you think? We're not Mike, but this is True Trading Group, guys. Like, what did you guys think about tonight? At least the first part of the Q&A. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy it? If you did, please, please, please go ahead, smash that like button right now. That would be awesome. All right, right now we got 380 likes on the live stream. Let's go ahead, and can we get to 400? Guys, we're about to break down right now SPY futures, SPY and futures, sorry, pot stocks, basic strategy in volatile markets and how not to panic, big pharma and their earnings, gold separating from the SPY, and the consumer confidence that comes out tomorrow at 10 a.m. But before we get into any of that, I need, oh wow, we're already at 414. You guys already did it. Yeah, Mike is way better. Thanks, Jake. We appreciate it. Appreciate it, bruh. We need Simmons and Wolf every night. Aw, thank you, Sean Miller. All right, would it make you feel better if I said, Sean Miller, my boy? Would that make you guys feel better? Does that make you feel more at home?
You just made Toby bark.
You just made Toby bark. All right. Oh, my God. All right, you guys hear that? That's Toby. There you go. All right, guys. So, yo, can we get to 450 real quick? Let's get to 450 likes before we continue. All right? 450 likes before we continue. Can we do it? We're at 425. There's 700 people in here right now. Shouldn't be that difficult. Smash that like button, guys. Come on.
Smash it. What time are we gonna do first?
That's a good question. I'm not doing anything until we get to 450 likes.
Perfect. I'm gonna go get some water.
All right, go get some water. We're not doing anything until we get from 425 to 450. All right, Wolf's going to get some water. Whoop. Let's go, guys. Smash that like button. Let's go. Let's go. 425. 453.
You
All right.
guys also want to remember,
What's up, Jay?
as traders, guys, the quicker that you admit that you're wrong on a trade, the more money that you save, right? So the quicker that you see.
All right.
The more money that you will save.
Nice. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this stream, guys. Thank you so much for all the likes and for all the support. Gordon Ewan, this is pretty annoying, not going to lie. All right, well, thanks very much for your support. All right, and now you are being muted. All right, moving on. We have, let's get to the first topic tonight, the SPY and futures. Okay? The SPY and futures. So here's how we're going to do this. You guys are going to go ahead and break it down. Jason, the professor, is going to pull up the charts on it. And then the Wolf and Simmons are going to break it down. Wolf, let's start with you. Jason, pull up the charts on the SPY and futures. Wherever you want to start, the floor is yours, guys.
Sure. So you can't talk about the SPY today and not talk about what was going on in the overall market, okay? And, my feeling is just kind of simple, all right? It's a minimalistic approach. All of a sudden, we care about COVID, okay? After weeks of not caring, after weeks of not caring about what Regeneron was doing or Johnson & Johnson, now this Monday, we care. So I was taking a look at, and this kind of, Mike and I talked about this last week, right? And Mike said, oh, I think that we go here. I'm like, look, I think that we break 340 and we go below it, okay? And there was a whole, but, that doesn't mean that I had puts. It's just kind of like what the market was doing. So I think this is just kind of a shake. Now, one of the things that I said to everybody in TTG today was we got to a certain point of the day, and I asked Jason, I said, what's the all-time high in February? It was 339 something. What was that price? And finally comes back and it's like, okay, it was 339.08. And I was like, okay, psychological boundary. I know how tough 339 was to break the second time around, okay? Once we're through that March low and we've hit that, we've rocketed up on stimulus and the Fed and everything like that. So to reclaim 339 and break that 339.08, which was that original hurdle, I thought was big. Now we went all the way down to 336 something today. And what happened? We come back, V-shaped recovery on the day, towards the end of the day, but we take back 339. Now futures opened. When we started this, they were a little bit higher. We were back over 340. Asia is just kind of digesting what happened in the market because they're opening up right now. So, my feeling is, and I said this to everybody today in chat, I think that we get back to 341, 341.50 tomorrow. I could be wrong. It might take another day. But the SPY is just kind of in this yo-yo mode. I don't think like stimulus, don't bank on stimulus because I don't think the market is banking on stimulus. It's like we didn't hear anything really. I think there was a little bit of a blurb like, oh yeah, that Pelosi's office talked to Mnuchin's office. Great. the market is going to be like this going into the election. It could be, like, then again, we could get just great news tomorrow and then the market rips. But the moral of the story is the market right now going into an election is going to be a yo-yo. And you have got to account for that, and account for that in your trades and your level of risk, okay? Some of you guys are trading stocks and you crush it on the first go, and then it pulls back, and then you're like, I'm going to go after it again. Understand that by robbing the same bank twice, which we tend to do a lot on some of our things, every time you do it, you're running the risk of getting caught, okay? So just take that profit. Right now, it's all really meant for capital preservation. I think the SPY is just kind of going to go sideways right now. And I really don't think that we're not going to get. I honestly don't think that we're getting stimulus before the election. I don't see it happening. I just don't see the upside in it. I feel like it might be baked in for one side, and it just doesn't make any sense for the other to get it done. Now that seems really callous, and it is, because there are people that definitely need that money. But we've just got other priorities right now, which I might not agree with, but that's what's going on. Like, that doesn't change it. So yeah, I mean, that's really where I'm at on the SPY. I mean, we really needed that level. Simmons, where are we at?
The 50-day moving average is at like 240.22. So that's going to be the key area for us to get up and over tomorrow.
Yeah, we need a little bit of optimism on optimism to put us over that level. And then we'll just account for it, like have one of these moments where we dodge a little bit of a bullet. But again, now we are 6 trading days away from the election. Guys, you don't have to trade every day. And especially on days like this, we had people that were like, I'm out, I'm going fishing. Yeah, you could do that. I tend to just look at watch the market and look for the setups that I might end up trading tomorrow. But especially now, like sometimes the best trades that you make are the ones that you don't make. And there's definitely going to be some uncertainty. And that's why, your strategies should change, for the most part. I mean, in this type of environment, from one month to the next, I don't know what my strategy is going to be. And if you guys have watched me on strategies here since September, I mean, in September, I've taken a completely risk-off strategy. And let me tell you that my September and October have been 2 of the best performing months that I've had, just by going into low volatility and just sticking to, the sectors that are my bread and butter. And it's just been unbelievable, marvelous. So futures are kind of flat right now, not really much. We were a little bit higher. Again, we were at 340.03 at one point, and right now we're at 339.7, 33.97. So we're not far off. We're like $43 off. But yeah, that's where we're at.
All right. So everyone knows that Jason. Well, for those actually people don't know, or I'm sure a lot of people know, but some people I'm sure don't know that every morning, Jason, the Professor Simmons, starts at 7:30 in the morning and gives you guys essentially what is a small private study group every single morning called the Miami Colada Club. Okay, starting at 7:30 and going till about 9. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have Jason go ahead and answer, kind of cover his topics right now first a little bit so that he can get to sleep, because I want him bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning. Okay. So let's go to Jason. Jason, let's talk about let's switch topics and talk about Big Pharma. Their earnings come out tomorrow. What does that mean for the market? All right, let's go into that.
All right, guys. So there's 4 major drug makers, which will be showing us their profits and earnings tomorrow. Guys, what will be really interesting to see is what they say about their COVID treatments, right? What we've been waiting for the SPY to move, treatment or vaccine news. Well, if they have their earnings, what are the odds that we might get some vaccine and treatment news tomorrow? So just like we were looking at AMD, we see the accumulation curling down, and we're looking at Microsoft and Apple, right? When you guys notice accumulation. Now, when we look at Merck, look how we're starting to curl up a little bit here. Still looks really, really bearish. Pfizer. Look at the bullish divergence going on Pfizer. Everybody's expecting something good from Pfizer, NVS. They've had one failed trial, but they're getting some bullish divergence there too, and Lilly. So guys, what we're going to be watching for really is COVID news, right? It came out with news for a while. It helped push the SPY up.
All right. Sounds good. And then maybe a topic you both can comment on, Jason. Maybe if you want to, or the Wolf. Maybe if you want to step in here. Do you guys want to talk about gold separating from the SPY today? That's a pretty big deal.
So gold, guys, did you guys notice that I came on the mic and was talking about gold separating from the SPY? So gold follows the almighty dollar. So most of the time, guys, when the SPY would go down, we would play JNUG and we would play all these other gold stocks. But all of a sudden, it started following the SPY due to the stimulus. Now it's following more or less the dollar. I hate to bring up the elections, but we already talked about it. I'm not going to say names, but we're watching the dollar start to fall.
Which is great.
The dollar should go up. So it's in a really interesting situation coming up here with a week to election. The SPY and gold finally separate. 1925, 1950 are going to be areas that gold needs to get up and over. And then we need to see the dollar stay under 93 and try to break down under 92 for us to make it break up towards 2000.
Okay. Jason, you got anything? Wolf, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah. Look, a weaker dollar is better for equities. It's also good if you've got your 401k and you're doing allocations. Like I was going through my wife's 401k, and a weaker dollar is better for investing into emerging markets, which is maybe something that you want to look for. But also, you have to take what gold separating from the SPY and even silver going up, you have to take it for what it is and look at it as investors, traders have looked at it for decades, as just kind of a hedge against uncertainty in the market. People feel a little bit better with gold, especially physical gold, or or silver bugs as they're called. So I'm not saying go out there and buy gold eagles or 1 ounce silver bars, but I'm just saying pay attention, because these clues are really helpful to to everybody, even myself, with kind of developing your own strategies that are going to kind of usher you through times periods where we're just kind of not sure what's going to go on. Is it a coin flip? Is it, what's going to happen? Is inflation going on? You want to have an understanding of that, even though you might not, like right now, it seems like a little bit complex and you feel like, oh, I'm not really there. Just get a very minimal understanding of just cause and effect in the market when it comes to precious metals and inflation and everything going on. All right.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let the professor. You got any closing thoughts for tomorrow or anything you want to say? Can let you go to sleep before.
He just wants to go to sleep.
Before we go, I know we kept you up. Guys, smash that like button for Jason Simmons.
Yeah, it's like 4.
Yeah, this guy's like 4 a.m. for him right now.
It's like an hour past my bedtime, guys. I'm normally up at 3:30 getting everything done for you. Smash that like button.
All right, you got any closing comments you want to make for tomorrow?
Guys, we'll have to keep those couple small caps on watch. You guys were talking about WWR and DDS. Remember, small caps are not affected by the broader markets. We'll want to keep an eye on the European markets to see if anything happens, see if there's any more COVID news. And then we want to keep an eye on stimulus. Guys, remember to join me if you guys are new. Join me at 7:30, guys, because we go over all of this. And like I said, it's like a personal one-on-one. If you guys have any charts or any questions from your homework or from the courses, I am there to answer all of your questions. So thank you guys for showing me some love, and I hope to be on some more here in the near future. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Definitely will. Jason, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. All right, Wolf, it looks like it's just
there was 2.
And then there was 2. All right.
Looks like we're doing TTG after dark.
Nah, not just yet. Almost. We're getting there. All right. All right. Let's round this out. Jason, go ahead. Let's talk about pot stocks. Let's get on that topic real quick.
Fine. It's a topic that I love to discuss. As you may or may not know, oh wait, hold on. Oh, wrong one. Wait, Street. Look, we're going into this election, and it's so hard to discuss pot stocks and just kind of everything going on because we don't know who the winner is. We just kind of have ideas, right? We've got polls, we've got all this stuff that I guess right now it's kind of irrelevant. On November 3rd or whenever that we figure it out, it's going to make a lot of sense. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of stress to you is this winner or how it wins. So there's really just 4 scenarios, right? There's either Biden wins, Trump wins, Republicans keep the Senate, Democrats win the Senate, Democrats win the White House and the Senate, Democrats lose the White House and the Senate. Again, game theory, put it into a matrix, figure it out. So what does that mean for pot stocks, right? What does it mean? Well, on short term, it doesn't really mean much. Pot isn't going anywhere. And like I said before, these companies are still going to produce and people are still buying weed. Okay. A couple of things I do know. All right. Cannabis related jobs have been outpacing all manufacturing jobs for the last 3 years. Okay. There's more people in the cannabis industry than there are doing computer programming in the United States. Okay. Which sounds nuts to me. Cannabis is one of the biggest job creators out there. And, there are definitely a lot of states that need that job creation. New York is actually looking right now to fast tracking recreational use or adult use in the state. I think maybe Florida, ends up following that because, People like to work. People like, governments like to collect taxes. It's that simple. So let's just kind of, because we are going into an election, I'll give you the real high level, okay? If your whole thing is, and you don't care about any of that, the social bullshit and, whatever, who I think is going to be the most beneficial, for pot stocks and why, okay? All right, I hope your head doesn't explode.
No, just stop.
Okay.
Just keep it.
I am, but I also want you to understand that we already know what is in the platform of each party. Okay.
I get it.
It's important, man. It's important. It's like, hey, you want me to tell you why this water is, blue, or why this water is red? Okay. Like I can tell you, but you're like, stay away from that topic. This is important. This is the difference. This creates a completely different timeline for some because, look, I'll just say it. Legalizing marijuana is not on the platform for the Republicans. And that pains me because I'm a Republican. All right. Does that mean that it's not going to happen? No. It just means that it's not going to be a priority. Okay. I think that the amount of states that already have something on the books is at a tipping point that nobody can argue. Okay. On top of it, they need to create jobs. And also, I think that maybe it becomes a wedge issue where they're like, hey, let's just legalize weed and say it was our idea. All right, conservatives, great. I don't care. I just think that time, that just moves that time period. But here's the other thing. I honestly don't care about the time period, and neither should you. Okay? And I know your mind just blew up. Everybody, even Adams, okay? Because it doesn't really matter in that sense, because what I want is to have a market that is a little bit like Canada, except for the whole taking a lot of money and just not doing anything with it. Why do I want this drawn out? If you could say, Wolf, I'll give you $1 million and legal weed tomorrow in a duffel bag. All right. I'll say, no, take that shit back. I don't want it. Why? Because I will make a lot more money if we go from one step to the next steps. If we go, yeah, decriminalization, that sounds good. Oh, you're going to remove this from Schedule 1 and make it Schedule 2? Great. Oh, we're going to make medical marijuana legal, federally legal? Awesome. Then recreational marijuana and federally legal? Boom. Do that over time. Get the run up. Okay? Boom. Market explodes. Because what you don't want is a free-for-all in the market. You don't want 50 million. I mean, there's already a shitload of companies that are publicly traded pot stocks. You don't want that. I want that number to be small. I want there to be defined winners and defined losers. And I want those winners to take advantage and be there when all of those steps happen. Okay, that's why companies like TrueLeaf have $60 price targets. All right, that's why Curaleaf has, like, I don't know what their price target is, 55. That's what I want. Now with this election, because we're talking about the future here. With this election, there's only two things that matter. Okay, yeah, like, oh, presidency, Senate, yeah, great. That's going to be noise when it comes to the ballot initiatives in Arizona and New Jersey. New Jersey is pretty much a shoo-in. New Jersey is going to happen. Okay, so who benefits from New Jersey? Curaleaf will be the biggest beneficiary. Cresco, Terrace, and now who benefits in Arizona? also Curaleaf because they're planting flags. But who's the biggest company in Arizona right now that's public? That's Harvest at like $1.43 a share. Right? They've got, I think, 15 dispensaries in there. I mean, Curaleaf definitely can come in. They've got a lot of money. They can do a lot of damage, steal a lot of that market share. But I think the trade is on. Yeah, the trade is definitely on for a lot of these. Now, Mississippi has got medical on. Who cares? North Dakota, recreational. Montana, recreational. Which would be great, because those are two very conservative states. But New Jersey is really the thing that is important because that's the corridor to the Northeast. New Jersey goes, so does New York. New York's one of the biggest markets in the United States, and then what happens if, after this election, we're going to see, whole maps change. Let's see what's going on in Texas as it relates to weed. Texas is becoming a purple state. Purple states are good. We like purple states. Why? Because Texas has an enormous population. Could you imagine if there was recreational or medical marijuana in Texas, what that would do? Population explosion, and that's really the biggest difference between us and Canada. The difference is we've got 300 million plus people. They've got 37 million. They can't compete with us. We've got a much bigger addressable market. Okay. We've got places that have, 2 seasons for outdoor, or 1 season if you're in Vegas, or 4 seasons, I should say. I don't know. Canada, it's cold. And then you got a couple months where it's like, oh, this water is so, this water is so hot. You're like, oh, it's 64 degrees. So, what we're doing with pot stocks is printing money for the most part. Today was a hiccup, but very rarely are you going to be in a place with a bunch of traders and investors that are actually cheering on their long positions to crack and to drop. Today was like Christmas. I had Pac-Man fever. I was like, amma, all day. So, that's really where I'm at with pot stocks.
All right. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. All right, guys. What I want to do now is get an idea of who's with us tonight, right? So what I want to do right now is I want to say that, I'm curious to see, let's do a roll call. What I want you guys to do right now is, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, I'd really like for you to go ahead and type TTG in chat right now. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, let's go ahead and type TTG in chat right now. Doug Pham, Rod Elmini, Chris Velasquez, Wooshways, Nice Man, Badger Trader, Jarol Ryoja, Alushen Denied, Next Level Up, Derek S, Ned No Foam. Oh no. Angel Nunez, COVID Steve says poop. Thank you. Richard 360, Joel Joan, Jeff Slonwhite, Mikael, Arlette Darty, Cash Les. Damn, there's a lot of people tonight. Milan Adamic, Clear Conscience Raiden. Fair enough. Wes DeSillet, Mo Baba and Joseph Gubaba. That's a thing right now in chat. Tetsu Kosuj. All right. So yeah, that is a good amount of people tonight on this live stream late. Weston Dubs. Someone says I missed it. Where is Mike? That hurts my feelings. He is sick. He will be back tomorrow. Yusef Brown. You nailed the last name. Oh, I did? Jeff? That's awesome. Nice. All right. Now, let's get a count of everyone. If you are in our TTG 3 trial program, go ahead and put the number 3 in chat right now. Our TTG 3 trial program, go ahead and type 3 in chat right now. Let's see it. Let's see it. Paul Stamos? I don't know. If you are in our TTG3 trial program, put 3 in chat. Will we have a Black Friday special? Not any better than what we will have right now. All right. So, Trizzy Seiko. COVID Steve is not helping. All right. So it doesn't really seem like we have a lot of TTG3 members in here right this second. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and explain what our TTG trial program is. Okay? So, guys, at True Trading Group, we have a trial program. It is 7 days, access to our member dashboard. You get access to 3 courses that are guaranteed to make you a better trader. You get access to you get access to 3 days in a row of our chat room, which includes 3 days access of the Benzinga Pro live newsfeed and Squawk. And you get access to our stock profile tool, which is literally the ultimate due diligence companion. It's powered by Quote Media. You have access to all the different technicals and charts and all the different financials and corporate developments and everything from a company, as well as unlimited analyst ratings for 7 days as part of this membership. This membership alone is easily worth probably close to like $500, and you get it for just a one-time payment, non-reoccurring, no obligation whatsoever. After 7 days, if you don't like it, it just simply expires. You get it for one-time payment of $3. Go ahead and visit ttg3.com, ttgthree.com. Sign up right now. It is a $3 7-day trial with no obligation whatsoever. Okay? One-time payment. Now, we also, for those of you that are a little bit more curious about what it is that we're doing on a more full-time basis, let's talk about what TTG as a whole has to offer. Okay? What is it that you get with a full membership to True Trading Group? Well, first off, you get daily chat room access from 7:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, with access to the Benzinga Pro real-time newsfeed and Squawk. Guys, if you're a TTG member right now, sign off in chat or go off in chat. How valuable is that Benzinga Pro newsfeed and Squawk? Like, how valuable is that? I mean, I think it's pretty valuable. A lot of our people really like it. It is literally real-time breaking news first before anyone gets anything. It has made us tons of money in chat, and it has saved us tons of money in chat, and it is yours free as part of your full TTG membership. Normally, this would cost upwards of $1,000 on its own. Right now, we keep track of our all the Pro Trader moderators on a daily basis. As far as their win rate, right now the room as a whole is sporting an almost 80% win rate. Okay, that's an almost 80% win rate. Okay, we have 15 courses that were written by Michael Edward. He's our head trader. He's former award-winning hedge fund trader. But we've had tons of webinars and workshops that were contributed by Jason Spadafora, who's on this evening. and most of our traders. So 15 courses covering everything from foundations to advanced trading and options. We have a stock simulator with real-time level 1 and level 2 data. And this isn't the level 2 that you get as part of TD Ameritrade or Robinhood. This is full book level 2, meaning that you don't just see top line bid and ask, you see all of it to allow you to make better decisions in the market. Okay? You get that as part of your stock simulator built in. And this stock simulator that we have, forget about TD Ameritrade. Okay? This stock simulator is by one of our partners called ETNA. All right? This is what brokers use to train their traders. That is what we are giving you. Again, everything I'm telling you is included in your membership. Okay? We have a stock screener. We have a stock screener so you can separate out and set up for yourself to see which stocks have the most volume or different indicators that you want to look at, and really help you to break down which stocks that you want to look at. Okay, the stock profile tool, I went over it. You get that as part of TTG3 as well for 7 days, but it really is the ultimate due diligence companion, and it's access to unlimited analyst ratings. That is huge. Okay, you get access to weekly workshops and live webinars. Jason Spadafora, the Wolf, just did a pot stocks workshop for almost 2 hours last week. Okay, Chris Toner, a 22-year veteran of options and advanced options trading, just did a complete advanced options strategy workshop for our members. None of this is extra. This is all included as part of your membership. We are the Netflix of trading communities. Okay. Next, we have everyone that signs up for a 1-year all-inclusive membership. We're giving you a free 1-hour one-on-one mentor session with any one of our pro traders. It does not expire. So when you sign up, my suggestion, take your time, listen to the moderators, see who you get along with better, see who you jive with and really relate to. And then reach out and we'll get you scheduled for your free one-on-one mentor session. Okay? This also includes all future courses and tools. We are, like I said, we are the Netflix of trading communities. You pay one price and get access to everything we have and everything we will have. Now, we just released something brand new. It's getting a fresh update tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. I just told you everything that we get, or everything you get, is everything we have and or will have. Okay? So last Friday, we released the alpha version of our new charting software. This is the TradingView Pro charting library with Quote Media's real-time streaming data. Okay? And as of tomorrow, we are going to push an update to this software that will allow you to put up multiple charts, sync them together, and share setups, and allow to receive shared setups from pro trader moderators. Okay? We're making updates to this every day. It's accessible to all members. It's constantly being improved, and it is all for you. All right? Now, with True Trading Group, we have one membership. All right. This membership is normally $2,048. All right. Now, for just $1,229, which is a 39% savings till midnight tonight, when you use code TTG1020. All right. Link's going to come up in chat. Anyone that signs up before midnight, I have this reputation of being like Oprah. In here. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not sure that Mike or other people are going to like it very much, but here's the thing. For the next 13 people that sign up tonight for a full membership to True Trading Group and get everything that I just went over and everything that we will have, I'm going to give you a free laptop. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a free 2020 Lenovo Chromebook laptop. I have 13 of them that I can give out tonight. Okay? And then that's it. And then I have no more to give out. So I have 13 of them. The next 13 people that sign up, you are going to get it. Save 39%. Let me put this up here. There we go. Save 39%. Use code TTG1020, TTG1020 tonight, and get a free laptop. First come, first serve. First 13 people that sign up tonight are getting it. Okay? Now, just want to go over some facts and figures with you real quick. A TTG membership usually costs $2,048. We're giving it to you tonight for $1,229. If what we offer was bought on its own, let's talk about this for a second. You got the Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk. That alone from Benzinga is $1,188 a year. Real-time streaming for level 1 and level 2 is $990 a year. The stock simulator is usually $750 a year. And the TradingView Pro charting web software is probably about $720 a year. All in all, that's $3,648, not including any of our educational material or course or chat room that you would pay if you got all of that separate. We are offering it for $1,229 right now, okay? Because in October, every day, the price goes up a couple of bucks, all right? So tonight, you get it for $1,229 for the next year, 365 days. And it's also important to note that the price you paid tonight is the price that you lock in for next year if you so choose to renew. Although you're not under any obligation, you can cancel any time. Our prices are going to go up. And you guys can lock in your price right now for the next 365 days and beyond. Okay? Now, I want to just take a second and go over a little bit more of some numbers with you guys. Okay? Right now, we go ahead and we give we do surveys all the time, polls all the time inside of chat. Okay? All of it. And I got to tell you, like, what I'm about to tell you next is really, really like rewarding for somebody that helped co-create this company. 80% of True Trading Group members make 7 to 10 times their membership back within the first 6 months of membership. And out of that 80%, 30% do it in 1 month or less. That is not made up. That is not pie in the sky. That is not fiction. Those are hard facts. That 80% of True Trading Group members that sign up make 7 to 10 times their membership fee back within the first 6 months of membership, and 30% do it under 1 month. I am literally telling you right now, I want you to pay attention. I am literally telling you, if you invest $1,229 in yourself through TTG, you have an 80% chance of making $7,000 to $10,000 in the next 6 months. Who wouldn't take that deal? If I told you, hey, you're going to give me $1,229 and in the next 6 months, you have an 80% chance on average of making $7,000 to $10,000. You wouldn't take that deal? You'd be a schmuck if you didn't take that deal. All right? That is literally what I'm telling you. Also, you're definitely going to want to be at least try us out with TTG3, but you're definitely going to want to go ahead and be a member by Friday. Why do I say that? Every 300 members that we get at True Trading Group, we go ahead and give away a Tesla Model 3 or $30,000 cash. Every 300 members. Last Friday, we just hit the 300 member mark for this Tesla giveaway. On Friday, anyone that signs up between now and Thursday right? Or yeah, between now and Thursday, you are entered into that giveaway. All you have to do is be a member of True Trading Group. And you have a 1 in, you know, I don't know what the exact number is, but you got pretty good odds of being one of the winners of a Tesla Model 3. Also this Friday, we have our Halloween name change competition. We're encouraging our members to change their usernames in chat to something funny, Halloween-oriented, trading-oriented, clever, and we're giving away $5,000. And the way we're going to do this is first place gets $3,000, second place gets $1,500, and third place gets $500 for this name change competition. And we're also giving out 5 laptops every single Friday until June 2nd. I don't know about you guys, but like, I think it may actually cost more money to not be in True Trading Group than to actually join us or give us a try. So, and look, if you're not ready, look, we understand $1,229 is a lot of money, even if we are giving you a free laptop with it. But what I can say is this: I highly suggest that you try us out. For $3 tonight, you can go ahead, join us in chat tomorrow, and see what we're all about. Okay? For $3 tonight, you can go ahead and join us in chat tomorrow morning. Join the professor for the Morning Colada Club. See what we're all about. Mike will be in chat tomorrow. Okay? And remember, this isn't just about Mike. This is True Trading Group. We are a group. We are a family. You know, and there's members in chat that call out hell of a good trades too. So, you know, I'm so proud of what it is that we're building here and what it is that we have built and what it is that we continue to build. And I know that if you take the time and if you're still on the fence, spend the $3, join us in chat tomorrow, get a feel for our dashboard and what it is that we have to offer. It's $3, guys. $3. If you don't have $3 to give us a try, you got bigger problems, and God bless you. Okay? Non-reoccurring payment, $3. Give us a try. Join us in chat tomorrow. And if we suck, come back on the live stream tomorrow night and call us out and tell us we suck. I won't delete your comment. But you won't. I know that you won't. You know? I know. So, all right, guys. So, that's going to do it for the live stream, man, for this evening. 1 second. Again, guys, ttgthree.com. It's $3. Join us in chat tomorrow. You have no excuse. If you like these live streams, if you like the way that Mike teaches and you appreciate and like the way that the Wolf gets on here and the professor and everyone else, you haven't seen anything yet. Join us in chat tomorrow for $3. If you're, there's no excuse why you shouldn't. You know, really could absolutely, and I wholeheartedly believe that it will change your perspective on everything trading wise for the better. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for putting up with all of us tonight. I know, like I said, we're not Mike, but this is True Trading Group. Hopefully we could do more of these, give Mike a break so he doesn't have to do it 4 nights a week. And I appreciate all of you so much. TTG fam, thank you so much for coming out and supporting us tonight. All of you that put TTG in chat, thank you so much, for being here and listening to us. And that's it. Love you guys. We'll be here tomorrow night at 8:30. I don't know if Mike's going to be here or if we're going to do it again. Either way, it's going to be awesome. We'll have plenty of stuff to go over, plenty of topics. $3, guys. ttgthree.com. Okay? Have a good night. Thanks very much.